Good afternoon to all the viewers. Today we are going to show our project, which is basically based on the flex sensors. So what our project is about? Our project is about sign to the speech conversion for basically the people who are speech impaired, so that they do not face any difficulties. This project basically assists them in providing their inputs, whatever they are trying to say about that. So basically, what are we trying to do here? Here we use 4 flex sensors, and as we speak about the flex sensors, what flex sensors do is flex as the glove is worn by the speech impaired people. When they move their fingers or whatever movement they are trying to do, the flex sensors capture that movement, and according to that movement the resistance change. That resistance produce an analog output. So that analog output goes into the Arduino Uno as an analog input, and the Arduino Uno produces a digital output. That digital output goes into the, basically with the help of the code, that is converted into a text language. So this basically the speech impaired people, they the actions which basically they are doing, that is converted into a text language. So this is what the Arduino Uno does. So let's talk about the Arduino Uno. Here basically the 32 total pins are used, out of which the 20 are input output pins, the 3 are ground pins, and out of those 20 input output pins, the 14 are digital pins and 6 are analog pins. In this Arduino Uno, 2 voltage supply can be used, 4 volt and 3.3 volt, but in this project we have used the 5 volt supply. The 5, basically 2 voltage supplies are there, 5 volt and the 3.3 volt voltage supply, and we have used the 5 volt voltage supply here. So basically this is all about the working of the project. If I repeat about the working of the project, and the flex sensors are used here. This glove is worn by the speech impaired people, and this glove basically contains the flex sensors. According to the movement of the speech impaired people, the resistance of the flex sensors changes, and this change in the resistance of the flex sensor produces an analog input, and produces an analog output. That analog output is taken as input into the Arduino Uno, and that Arduino Uno produces a digital output. That digital output is basically converted into the text language with the help of the code. Now we are shortly going to explain the code to you, in which basically we'll show that how the digital output is converted into the text language. So basically let's move on to the code.
Okay, now we'll be explaining the code part of flex sensor. Here we have taken the 4 variables, 5 variables, as you can see: thumb, first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, in which we'll be taking the output received from Arduino in the form of integer values. We'll be collecting those output in these 5 variables. After this data is fed into these 5 pins of Arduino Uno. Those are from A0 to A4, and thereafter we have used one loop, and here we will be storing the analog value obtained from the variation in the flex sensor in these different variables. Those are thumb, first finger, second finger, third finger, and fourth finger, and these values are taken from different pins of Arduino. Those are from A0 to A4. After that we have used the serial print function, which is used to print the data in serial port, and which is human readable form, or easily can be understood or read by human. After that we'll be receiving an integer value, and we'll be comparing those integer values with respect to our standard already set. So here, if we'll come to the if section, we have used the thumb. If the value received in the thumb variable is greater than or equal to 1020, that means that person needed a glass of water. And there is a other command like else if. In else if, the condition is that if the value received from the first finger is greater than 1020, that means the person is needed for the food. After that there is one more else if condition, in which we'll be comparing the data received from the second finger. If the value received in the second finger variable is greater than or equal to 1020, that means person is supposed to visit the restroom. And the last condition is, that is the data received from the third finger. And if that is greater than 1020, that means person needs some kind of help. And if none of the conditions satisfies, then our else condition will be executed by itself, that is send data, and that means person does not required for anything. Here we have very commonly use a function, that is send data, and the function of send data is used to send these messages to the serial monitor. Additionally, it includes delay after sending the messages to avoid sending the same message multiple times within a short frame. Overall, the purpose of this project is, this sketch seems to be designed for a project where hand gesture or finger position are used to trigger a specific message or action, potentially for assistance or communication purpose. So now I'd like to conclude the project, and this was all about this flex sensor which are used which are used to assist the speech impaired person to communicate with the outer world. But just by doing some hand gesture or finger movement, they can tell their intentions, what they want to communicate. And this message is displayed on a digital screen that can be read by the some another person, and that requirement of that speech impaired person can be fulfilled. This was all about this project. Thank you so much.